marriage even worth it? It's not. I've been married for about 7 years, and I don't even know if this is worth it. Like, and not saying that there's anything necessarily wrong. There's nothing wrong, and that's the point. Like, I don't even know why I'm upset. And I have a good man. I do. And that's not the point. The point is, it's like, you really do lose yourself. You lose your sense of individuality. I don't think it's worth it. Like, at all. I don't know if I want to continue doing this every single day of my life. Like, always checking in with someone, always having to consider their feelings, it's always somebody else. You know, girls are out there and they're like dying for like a relationship like mine. Like, he takes care of me, but like, I'm sorry, like, I can't even really barely deal with myself and my own emotions. I just don't think marriage is for me.
Is she sick? I'm so confused. What the hell do women want?
The universal issue I think most women are going through right now is that men have stopped asking women out. And this is obviously only applying to like heterosexual people. I'm a straight woman, so I don't know what it's like dating as a lesbian, bi, gay, pansexual person. However, I'm going to speak from my own experience as a heterosexual woman. So I thought it was a me issue that I was never getting asked out. Like, I've never been asked out in any other situation but a club. I thought that was me. I thought I was either just like not attractive enough or just gave off the vibe of like, do not speak to me or you're dead. I was listening to a podcast today and a girl was saying how all of her friends that are single have not been asked out. They've always done the asking out. And I think this is just like a thing now. There's this man's TikToks that have been coming up on my For You page quite a lot, and he's like, guys, this is how you ask a girl out. And he's in London and he's just going up to girls and he's going like, oh, like, I really like your outfit. Are you single? Do you want my number? Let's go for a coffee. As simple as that. Like, literally, so like nice, kind, considerate, respectful, not screaming at them from across the street, catcalling them, not getting offended if they say no. And all of the comments shocked me. All of these guys are like, I never knew that's how you asked a girl out. I didn't know you asked girls out like that. Like, oh, I'm going to use this now. Like, I'm so scared of asking girls out. I didn't know this was a thing. And it's making me realise that I do generally just think men aren't asking women out anymore. And women, because of the way my generation have been brought up, is that you don't ask a guy out. That looks so desperate. We have no other choice. We literally have no other choice. To be fair, I have never asked anyone out. I've asked for somebody's number once in a club as I was leaving. And to be fair, I did get it. But nothing ever come of it. And that's the only time I, again, would be scared to do that. And when I think about it, I'm like, men, I don't know how your brains works, but I can imagine it's very similar to ours. It's like you're scared that you're either going to get rejected. I also think there's an extra layer now for men of they're worried that if they are a decent guy, that they're going to come across as like harassing or like being too sexually inappropriate, which, unless you are being sexually inappropriate, it's unlikely that that's going to come across. But I understand why some men protect women's boundaries, and I think that's incredible and amazing. I do think it's putting this barrier in place of like, men aren't asking women out, women aren't asking men out, so unless it's like a very purposeful meet up on a date with a dating app, which we all hate, let's be real, or you're getting introduced by a friend, or you're in a club, which clubs aren't really a thing anymore, like clubs are going bust. How are you supposed to meet people? And that's why so many people my age are single. I think I've said these statistics in a video before, but more than ever, men in their early 20s are not having any sex because they're not dating, because I think that then creates this whole incel culture, because when I've watched documentaries on incels, they're mainly men that are, in their own words, I'm going to be careful what I say because I don't want anyone to come for me, they're men that struggle to attract women. And I also think the issue is men have these really high expectations of what women should look like for social media. But vice versa, women have very high expectations of what they think an average man looks like. Because of this, you have all these really attractive people. Everyone's sat in like the mid to attractive category, not like drop dead, everyone turns in a room. Don't get any attraction. But then saying that, I've seen people on this app who are like the most beautiful women in the world saying they're not getting any male attention. And I think it's because men are scared to go up to women, but equally women are scared to go up to men. Okay, what are we going to do to sort this situation? I do actually find it quite scary and concerning because firstly, we have a generation of loneliness, which is sad. And that's going to cause like suicide increasing, mental illness increasing, hate behaviour like incel behaviour because it comes from a place of hurt and miseducation. But we're also going to have less children being born, less marriages, less relationships, more unhappiness. It's just going to be a really sad society. Like, I love love. I love romance. I love love. I love the idea of like courtship. I love it all. And it just makes me sad that like less and less people are experiencing that. More and more people are spending their 20s and late teens single, alone, in the house, not meeting people, not building confidence, not learning social skills, not learning boundaries. And actually, I think what this guy is doing, I don't know his art, is actually incredible because from the comments, it is giving men confidence. I do think just going up to somebody and saying, hi, like, you look nice, like, sorry if this comes off weird, but I think I really like your style, or you've got a really nice energy, or a really nice vibe. Like, you make it less about the physical appearance. Are you single? Do you mind if I grab your number and we can go for a coffee? So chill, there's no expectations put on it. It's not like creepy and weird. And especially if it's in a public setting as well, I think setting is everything. It's unfortunate that men have to think of all these things, which is probably why they aren't asking anyone out, but it's necessary because women are living in a very scary time at the minute. Men should be scared for women. And unfortunately, it's the good guys that suffer. I'm sorry about that. But there are ways around it. And, you know, yes, it should be equal 50-50, but I do think it's nice. Call me an anti-feminist, but I do think it's nice when a man asks a woman out. And it makes me sad that this just doesn't happen anymore. And if you do get asked out, let me know. Because maybe it is just me. But like, from what I've read, seen, heard, experienced, women aren't getting asked out more, and obviously men aren't getting asked out. So anyone looking for a heterosexual relationship is suffering.
Getting ghosted on dates, getting called a creep for saying hi, HR getting involved if we don't look like Ryan Reynolds, shamed for not being 6 feet tall. Of course, men have stopped asking women out.
Eat my ass if I'm wrong, but like every man that I have met that is not married and is 50 plus, they don't want to get married. And I'm saying this because I talked to somebody yesterday, just like in the hospital, and they were just visiting their family, and they were showing me pictures of all their kids, and like, you know, just like how he's having all of his exes visit, you know, the family member. And I'm looking at him like, oh, that's cool. And he's like, yeah, I don't have a ring on my finger, you know, like, I don't want to get married. I'm never going to get married. And then it made me think of my dad. My dad's the same way. He's telling me, oh, I've been with your stepmom for so-and-so years. We've been through hell and back, but I'm never getting married. And I'm looking at them like, why not? They done already been through hell and back. You might as well give them the fucking ring. And then they'll be like, well, I do get them a ring. I just won't sign the marriage contract. Why the fuck not? You don't have shit anyway. I mean, maybe the guy does. My dad doesn't. So I don't understand why not. Like, why? Why are y'all so scared to just, like, get married? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I really am baffled. Like, eat my ass if I'm wrong, but, like, you already wasted all these years not being married. Why not just end your life with marriage? You're with the girl anyway. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. And it's always the 50-plus motherfuckers. Like, why? Why not just get married? Like, I don't understand.
When the government gets involved in a partnership between a man and a woman, it never favors the man. Never. Signing a contract where a woman is rewarded for breaking it sounds really stupid, and we see that now.
I just saw a video that said men, if they're not married by the age of 30, 1 in 3 will become a substance abuser. And that's very interesting. And what kind of sucks is I'm 30 and I like men either my age or a little bit older, which means out of 1 of 3 men, they will be substance abusers, which has been pretty accurate, especially living in Miami.
You mean they don't lose their money and their hair?
Out of the divorce, I got $600,000. Yes.
Why?
That was part of our settlement. So I could have taken more, but I didn't, which I'm kind of now regretting a little.
Wait, why could you have taken more and why didn't you?
Well, I could have, because if I were doing like a divorce with like 50-50 split, I would have gotten.
Could you have done 50-50 split?
I could have.
So this was a pretty well-to-do person.
Yes. So I don't know exactly how much I would have. No, he tried to get me to sign a prenup, and then I didn't sign a prenup, and then he tried to get me to sign a post-nup, and I didn't sign a post-nup.
Post-nup? Post-nut?
Yes. And so, yeah, we decided in the settlement agreement that I would get $600,000 because I didn't want to take
What
more.
the f do I have so much debt here to go through on your end? Where did the $600,000 go? When did you get the $600,000?
2 years ago.
Okay, where the f is it?
It's gone. Completely gone.
Where the f into where?
Well, I bought a house and
With the $600,000.
He asked for a prenup and a postnup. She refused and he still wifed her up. I have no pity for the man. Good for him. He saw the signs and didn't care.
What happened to men asking women out and actually following them up to make sure that they accept to date them? I only said I'm not interested, so why did she stop writing? Unlike before, a guy asking someone out is going to take his time and keep pushing like a pregnant woman. He follows you up. When he writes you and you don't reply, he calls you offline to make sure that you're okay. And then when you say you're not interested for the first time, they keep pushing because they know what they want. But nowadays it's something else. Like a guy will ask you out, you say you're not interested, or you try to do some girlish stuff, which is very normal. They stop writing you. Guys, what's going on? What if I'm interested and I just want you to follow me up? Because as a lady, I deserve to be pampered. You need to run after me. The worst part of it is guys coming and asking for pass. Like, you're asking me out, and I'm trying to do my girl stuff. You see a friend of mine on my status and you're asking for pass. Really? Pass cue there. Please, it's not proper. Girls need to be pampered. You need to ask us out. Follow us up.
You want to spend our money? Shouldn't you be the one following up? So we have to chase you and still pay your bills? So delusional. We are not stupid.
Okay, I've been on the men's side a little too much lately. Men, why do y'all feel like y'all don't have to court a woman? What is going on nowadays that I don't know if you guys weren't raised right by your parents. I don't know if it's generational changes, but you feel like you don't have to open a door for a woman. You feel like you don't have to bring a gift on a first date for a woman. Flowers, something, a gesture. And then you wonder why women don't want to be with y'all. You wonder why women play with y'all. You wonder why women are playing games just like the men and running circles around these men. Why do you think that is? Because you're not doing what grandpa did to grandma. Listen, y'all are not chasing the woman a little. I'm not saying go crazy and do this and do that, but can y'all give a little?
Yes, generational changes. You women changed and we simply adapted to that change. You stopped behaving the way your mothers behaved to your fathers, respect and submission. You stopped all that, and still shamed us men for being in our masculine energy, calling masculinity toxic. It's your fault.
Men don't ask girls out anymore. All they do is they sit at home, scrolling through TikTok, and liking her picture from like 3 weeks ago, going, yeah, that's my wife. And then they go back to scrolling and watching like cat videos. And honestly, I think that's why the birth rate is dropping.
We honestly do not want the headache. It's like going to a car showroom. You see a Ferrari, you like it. Then you start realizing you can't afford the maintenance that comes with it. Then you ghost.
I also wanted to talk about there's a lot of women who have been with their boyfriends for so many years and haven't gotten married. and they really want to get married, but their mans
doesn't want to.
They don't. And I have a lot of clients that they're like, my girl wants to get married already and she wants me to propose to her, but they're just like, I don't know why I don't do it. I don't know why it's not in my head.
Somebody told me that guys really don't want to get married, and I'm like, you're lying.
Let me tell you what, dude. I've always told girls, stop doing married people things.
Yeah.
Stop it. If you want to get married,
don't live with him.
Yeah, don't live with him. Don't travel with him. That's a married people thing. That's what married people do. You know, married people go and travel. They go and join their finances. Yeah, because they go and live together. Like, and he has that all.
Yeah,
he has it all with
so
you.
Why would a ring or paper make a difference?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you don't expect him to do husband things, it's fine.
You ever wonder why your man hasn't proposed to you? So I just watched a video that was explaining that in a group of men who are friends, obviously, the group leader has a say of basically what everyone else does. So if the group leader gets married, the rest of the friends also want to get married and they want to settle down and this and that. If they have kids, everybody else also follows and suddenly wants children. If the leader gets divorced or breaks up with their partner, then everybody else in the group also does it. It makes me wonder now, because I was noticing that the men from my high school or from work, they're all getting married or like proposing to their girlfriend. And I was like, wait, like why all of a sudden does one guy propose and then suddenly everybody else is like starting to propose? Or they're thinking about it. Literally, let me tell you, like 4 people that I know who are like close to each other are either thinking about proposing to their girlfriends or have already proposed. So now I'm like, okay, if the leader cheats, does everybody else in the group also cheat? If you guys have noticed this, let me know in the comments, but apparently this is common, I don't know. But I can definitely see some truth into this. Peace.
You have no idea about what the hell you're saying. So ignorant.
Why can't I ever be asked out by somebody who's my age? Like, everyone is always out of my age budget. Like, the first guy, I had got asked out by like 3 people in the span of like 2 days. The first guy, he was 17. I'm almost 20, so that didn't work. The other guy, he was like 25, so that also didn't work because he was too old for me. The last guy was just straight up insane. He's 30 years old, and I told him I'm like 20, and this man goes, oh, starts asking more questions. He's like, do you got a boyfriend? I was like, you're 30. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, you're too old for me. And I walk away, and this man's still looking confused. I'm done. Like, can't I just look my age or find a man my age?
Once you're 30, you're going to wish that 30-year-old man when you were 20 was still around. He'll be 40 and not looking at you. Anyway, that's all for today. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Also, click on the notification bell to know when I drop a new video. Bye.